What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the 25th episode of the Too Many Ideas Podcast. We're a quarter way to 100. That's great. Thank you guys for watching us and listening to us so far. And continue to support, subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment, thoughts, concerns, anything you want us to improve on, any topics you think we should discuss, all that good stuff. Check us out on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple. We're going to be on Google soon. Got to get that situated. And SoundCloud too. Appreciate y'all for y'all support. And let's get into the episode. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is probably the most obvious topic for this week. The Pop Smoke album. What was you thinking?
I don't know. That was like I don't know what the most obvious thing was.
You heard it. You listened to it first night.
Respect Woo. It was fire.
Okay. Did you like the album?
Yeah, it was cool, bro.
You didn't say that in the messages. What you really think about the album? You can be honest.
I don't know. I just felt like they were going for something a little bit different this time around. That's why I asked Kreese, because Kreese, you know how he is, so he finds out all like the good stuff. I was like, yo, who really was behind this album? Like, was it Victor? But he said it was, and he showed that it was. So I was just like, yeah, it was just way more theatrical at the beginning. And to some degree, I feel like it was laziness. Because even though on the first album, I know, of course, Pop is passed or whatever. Yeah. So he can't, add anything. But I just feel like it was a good balance, the first album. And this one was just more so just the features. And they started off heavy, though. They started off heavy with a lot of pop, I would say that. But then it just kind of just died. But
and they had some solo songs throughout towards
they tried.
The end.
Yeah, they tried. I don't know, it just hit different. Not in a bad way. I just don't feel like it was... That first album... I don't think Pop would have ever made, but it was in his lane. I would say that, The second one, I don't think
not
so.
in his lane at all.
Not in his lane.
See, and that's what I wanted to talk about because I've been hearing a lot of people say how this isn't a Pop Smoke album, and I done seen so many like different producers say, "Yo, we about to go and remake this whole thing and take off all those features and put like people that he actually would have worked with on there."
Yeah, like
and bringing up like that clip where he said he doesn't work with people and kind of just like upset at how the direction that they took with this album, and I just wanted to get your thoughts on
yeah,
that.
I agree because like I said, I don't know why Lil TJ wasn't on it more. I'm not sure if they were actually like that close, but I would assume so, or maybe affiliates of each other. And then Quavo as well. I'm not sure if they were that close, but I would have just stuck with what worked the first time and kind of seemed like more of his realm.
Yeah.
And that's what I expected. I expected to see 2, maybe even 3 TJ features because of the fact that I felt like that song was pretty good for them.
Yeah.
And that kind of stayed in his realm. Excuse me. I would have thought a Travis feature.
That's what a lot of people said.
Which is so weird to me. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. Don't know what the fuck that Kanye feature was. Like, I don't know what the fuck that shit was. I don't have no words.
See, but, for me, this album was weird because I was kind of torn because I feel like a lot of the songs, listening to them just objectively outside of like Pop Smoke being passed and this being a posthumous album, like listening to a lot of those songs like just in a vacuum. Yeah. It's like, okay, these songs are good songs. Like they sound good, features are good, whatever. But in the grand scheme of it being Pop Smoke's work, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, I mean, like, the intro, I thought was tough. I'm like, yo, it's about to be fire. The first song was, like, cool. And then I think it was, like, The Dream when, what was it, Rick?
Yeah.
On, like, the fourth song, I think, or so.
Yeah,
fourth or fourth. Somewhere around there. That song was amazing. I thought, they used Pop was good in that. And then I was just like, The Dream has a verse? That shit threw me the fuck off. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But, yeah, even the songs I like on there, it doesn't fit Pop. Like, the Kid Cudi song is tough, like, toughy, bro. Like, I think 8 corner pocket, whatever.
8 ball, something
corner
like that.
pocket, yeah, that's just tough. But as soon as I heard it, I'm like, this sounds like a Cudi song. Like,
yeah, it don't
like the
sound
beat,
like a Pop
yeah,
song.
Everything sounded like a Cudi song. And so I'm just like...
Can't even talk about that Dua Lipa song.
And that didn't even happen to me. But, yeah, I'm just shocked. Yeah, I'm really shocked. I'm not gonna lie because I just.
You think they did this because of money, financial gain kind of thing, or do you think they were trying to push Pop into more of like a pop round?
And that's why I don't know because it's like, first thought when I was going through, it was just like, is it just clickbait? Like everything's just clickbait at this point? Because the Dua Lipa, Kanye West, Rick Ross, like Pop Smoke, bro. Like I don't even think he was nowhere near affiliated with these people when he was alive. I could be wrong. You feel me? I don't know.
I don't think so either.
But so that's what I thought at first too. But then I just took time to listen to it. I'm just like, at the same time, maybe they were trying to just push the sound of Pop Smoke, and I guess it's kind of our way of saying like, don't do that, which isn't fair to the artist. But at the same time, this is what happens when someone passes and their work gets released. It's kind of like we're going against what we would have thought,
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say it's an L, and this definitely doesn't hurt his career or hurt them, because there's been a lot of people that handle people that they managed as passed and not good at all. But yeah, it's just interesting to hear and to see what happens next. Yeah, I just I don't know.
I feel like I would have been able to appreciate it more if Pop was living and he did this, because on the even on that Kid Cudi song, I think it was, where he was kind of like singing a little bit more, and I was just like, yeah, this sounds great.
Yeah,
like he sounds great on this, but it's just like it didn't seem like. It just seemed like they put him there because they thought he would sound good. But if he was alive, would he thought he would have sounded good on that kind of thing, or would have took a different direction with it?
I think in some degree, like the Kid Cudi song was primarily around him, which did help Pop a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like this album, I don't want to consider it an L, because I do think it helped, the vision. Like overall, I think it helped the vision of Pop Smoke. Because
I mean, as far as like commercially, I don't think it's gonna be an L. It's gonna do well to me.
It's expected to do 120, but I'm not even talking about that. An L overall, because it's like, yeah, we're saying this like it doesn't fit him to what we have known. I'm gonna take the high road here, and I'm gonna take a jump just to say like, there. Basically, I would always appreciate anybody to push an artist, past, here, gone or not, rather than to just throw him in with some random BS. Because I've just seen it and heard it with posthumous albums, where it's like some people that they weren't even cool with when they were alive on it, and just like, what the hell is going on,
Yeah.
And so to a degree, I kind of really respect it to take that leap and to push the music. And like we said, like there's a lot of highlights on the album, but it's just the fact that we was just like, we don't really think they would have actually worked, but we're able to listen to it though, So
yeah, I mean,
it's pros and cons. I think it helped his not helped his career, but the legacy. You know what I mean? Like it didn't tarnish it in any way to me. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think it's still like a viable album, and I think the reason why I didn't tarnish it in any kind of way, because sometimes when you have those posthumous albums, you put these artists into places where they don't sound good. You make them go out bad, essentially.
Exactly.
But even on songs that I don't like on this project, Pop still sounds
good.
And
I think that's
still
exactly
sounds fire.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Is just like they took a risk to put him in like in a different realm, a different artistic view, and he still didn't sound bad. So if I'm just like, I don't feel like this tarnishes or takes anything away from what they've been doing. It's more like what's next now? So
you think they're gonna drop another posthumous album?
I don't know about an album. I think we're gonna just start getting like lingering songs type situations.
Like Pop Smoke featured here, Pop Smoke verse here, which we were already kind of getting still. So I could see that happening too. I still think if I'm comparing this one to the first one still takes the cake for me.
Yeah.
It's a much better album. I feel like it's more together than this album. This album seems more of like that. It's leaning more into that regular like posthumous kind of thing, where it's just like a whole bunch of like songs thrown together.
Yeah.
But they're like very good songs, because it reminded me of this album that came out forever ago. It was a Biggie posthumous album where they basically like put him with like all these newer kind of acts, but newer back then. Like that was still like in the 2000s or whatever. So they were still, rappers, and it sounded really good. It didn't sound anything like a Biggie project, but it sounded good, and it sounded like in the times of like right now, So that kind of is what it reminded me of.
That's what it throws me off, because the dream is not the sound of Kid Cudi. Like that's why initially those thoughts came to my head. Like, is this just clickbait? Because like what you guys did the first time was the right now,
The dream should seem like a different kind of influence to me, like from the whole like first like part where it's like Kanye a lot,
It's all
the
like
Dream
it's
a
like all
lot,
theatrical as fuck.
Pusha a lot. It's just like, okay, y'all just gave him a good music section.
That's what I was thinking. Like I was just
that's
like,
what I felt like, and
I was just like,
where does this come
was
from?
Kanye supposed to like produce his album, and then his whole Jesus is King phase happened, so he had to cut out? Like I don't know.
I don't know.
Like
I have
it
no
definitely
idea
it definitely
where
felt
that
like his
came in.
influence was over that album, like
Yeah.
that first section of it. Yeah, that's how I felt. Like even the intro and everything, I was just like, okay.
Because I don't think nobody but Kanye would put Rick Ross in the Dream on the song with Pop Smoke.
I don't even know how that happens. Like who? How do you get the call? How do you answer that? Hey, you want to be on this Pop Smoke? Like, how does the Dream just wake up and like, yeah?
Honestly, anybody who gets the call to be on a Pop Smoke album, I feel like they're answering and saying yes.
No,
because they know what they're getting.
I get that, but I'm saying like the Dream being a person, like, okay, like
you don't know why they made the call.
Yeah, like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Of course they're gonna say yeah, like it's good work, and they're getting called for a reason. So, but I'm just saying like, wait, why me? Like, what the fuck? After you get off the phone, you're like, oh. Okay, cool. Like, whatever.
Yeah. But I don't know. I still give the album probably like, if I was gonna rate it out of 10, maybe like a 7, 7.5, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, like it wasn't bad. It wasn't like through the roof impressive for me, but it had definitely some good songs, and Pop definitely sounded good. So it was a solid project. What else came out this week besides that?
Uzi and Trippie Redd, if I'm not mistaken.
The song came out?
Yeah, right? It was this week, right?
I haven't heard it anywhere or
seen
it anywhere. I saw like the little clip that they posted, but I didn't see like the actual song.
But once again, lacking Levi, so give us a second on our facts.
Yeah, and he gave a decent excuse this time. A good excuse. I'll say a good excuse this time. So did. I know we said we were gonna fire him last week, but we're definitely not gonna fire Levi. We love Levi.
Hopefully not.
Blast came out this week. Blast and
so we got Pop Smoke with the Faith Album, Trippie Redd with Holy Smokes, KSI, all over the place, Logic, My Way, Chief Keef, The Talk, Russ, Cheers, Blast.
Shit I do not care about.
And SSG Kobe. And what's his name dropped? Kevin dropped as well with Slow Tie.
Yeah. What you think about that song? I know you like Slow Tie and
I think he had the best. Like I just, I don't know where I want to start with this. Like I'm interested to see where Brockhampton goes when they split up, because Kevin keeps the Brockhampton sound even on different songs, which I admire, and I like, pushing these artists. They're coming to me, and I'm making like this whole kind of like Kanye West monster type effect, where it's like I'm just gonna push them, and I already know I'm good at this sound, but this sound isn't normal to their listeners. You know what I mean? Just appreciating.
When you say their listeners, you're talking about like Slow Tie and Snot. Yeah,
it's not.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like that, but sometimes, and I feel like Kevin and Brockhampton is still kind of working on that. Is like, I don't think it helps their artists. I mean, their the features on them. Like, I don't think. Yeah, they sounded too well. Like on what Kevin chose to put them on. Slow Tie did, but Slow Tie sounds amazing on anything. Like the only time to me Slow Tie doesn't sound good on a song is if he's not like has all the energy. But I'm not sure if you listen to the song, but
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so you do know what I'm talking about. I just feel like Slow Tie matched the beat, like energy wise, lyrics, everything. While everybody else was kind of just in the beat.
Yeah,
and I just feel like I think that was more of Kevin and whoever was overseeing the song of saying like, this is what we want to push, more so than like, what's what I'm looking for? Appealing to just the artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying, and like I got that vibe too, because it was just like it just sounded too. It sounded too Brockhampton, and not in the same kind of way where, like, I kind of feel a good comparison is the Bankroll song with ASAP with Ferg and Rocky.
Yeah, that was a middle.
Where, they kind of tailor more to what they do. Yeah. You know what I mean? But this song, it was just, and that it might be a difference because this is not technically a Brockhampton song. This is a Kevin Abstract song. Yeah. But still, like, he just took like his own kind of sound and just said, "Okay, come and do what I do."
I don't feel like it complimented them. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's a good word.
And I feel like he can do that. I feel like they can easily do that. But like I said, I feel like there was something more that he wanted to push, and I feel like that's what they've been doing for a little while now. And we'll just see. I'm not mad at the song. I just wish. I don't want to get excited for songs like this knowing it's just going to be Kevin pushing a sound. I want them to complement each other. Yeah. Like, Bankroll was cool. I feel like A$AP Rocky was a little awkward on it because I wanted a little bit more from him. But that's not bad on the part of Brockhampton. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I feel like they know, yeah, bro. When you can make a Deb Never pop up out of nowhere to like the mainstream world or even the indie world, and that she glided on that song. You feel me? I know they can make whoever sound good,
Yeah.
or compliment them, I should say. I don't know, Kevin. I'm interested. That's why I'm so interested to see when like if it does actually happen, them breaking up as a group, them doing their own thing as a group. I mean, no longer doing their own thing. Because I want to see who actually like starts like continuing to build their sound or kind of living off the Brockhampton sound. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm really curious because I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna be because I feel like Kevin is the only one who's actually like attempted to drop music by himself outside of Brockhampton.
Yeah, and I don't think
since they became a thing.
Yeah, I agree, and I don't think it's gonna be bad because I think if they decide to do music, I'm not sure who all will.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because it's gonna have a lot of shock factor. Like first Matt Champion project, if he drops one, it's gonna have a lot of shock factor.
Love it.
I don't think it's gonna be same Matt that we thought he was.
I don't think so either. But honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get it. So if I get it, I'm gonna be happy to have it.
Yeah, like I'll be interested to hear Matt Champion. I was about to say Joba, not Joba, Bareface album. Any one of those, like two, I'd be cool with, or even a collaborative one. But they're all talented, so I just want to see what happens. But yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. 'Cause I can say like Kevin will always stay around, but I can see him dropping a few things. Like they're all like in a whole different headspace right now. Every time I hear an interview from them, it's like completely left field than what I would think. So we'll just see. But I'm always shocked by what they do. So
yeah. I'm looking forward to the post Brockhampton thing more than I'm looking forward to the next Brockhampton album at this point. Honestly, I feel like I've gotten enough from them, and honestly, it hasn't been the same for a while to me. They still make like some good songs, but the projects from Saturation to now it just doesn't feel the same kind of way.
And that's basically what I was saying in the episode where we did discuss them. I don't think I wouldn't blame them for this. It's just how they choosing to like portray their life. I feel like the gaps in between their music is made up with an album, but in the same way that they're making this album, I just feel like it's too personal. Like I'm not able to relate as much because y'all have taken X amount of time to make this album about maybe one specific group member, and that person's life. And I just feel like it's a different thing to kind of drop like mixtapes or even EPs, because you can kind of get updates and this and that. I feel like basically it's not appealing to me because by the time I actually want to because of course Brockhampton's on a deep dive, lyricism, all this stuff. I'm just like, damn, like it is a crazy story and these are these people's lives, but it's kind of like made in a way that I'm kind of like, the portrayal of it is like now, not to give this comparison, but I feel like I have to be like a J. Cole fan. Like, this is so deep, this is so this. When before, it was just their lives, raw, here's it all. Now I feel like it's just being, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but just, I guess, grander or like made to be bigger than what really happened. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but yeah, I just don't feel like it's raw. It's the word I'm going to use right now. But yeah. Because I feel like when everybody says saturation, that's really what they mean. Like, it was just right there, instant. They were just making it, and the emotions were out, rawness. And that's what people liked them for the most part, was the raw pop type.
Yeah, and also, like, with saturation, it kind of felt like more of a, what would I say? Like a progression, I guess. Like it wasn't just all one sound on those Saturation albums.
True
like
enough.
You got some high energy, you got some mid kind of stuff, you got some low energy, you got some very slow ballads.
That is very true.
And now it's like these last few albums that we've gotten.
It's been very one. That this is what we're doing here.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, when I listen to them, I feel like they all, and it's I guess kind of weird, but they all sound a lot darker. Like, just like overall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whether it's the themes, whether it's the instrumentation, the production.
I think it's the themes.
It all sounds
because
like darker.
Cause I feel like they're all in that phase of life. So they want to portray that, and which I completely respect. Your favorite artist is going to have a phase where you don't like their work, but you still going to like them overall. And that's definitely Brockhampton for me. But the difference between, them and that favorite artist I want to compare to is just like, the darker they go, the more I feel like they're getting unrelatable. And not because they're choosing to be unrelatable. I just feel like, I guess, the overarching thing that matters to them, maybe the sound, maybe the beats, maybe this, or maybe actually the storytelling, to me isn't coming across that clear.
Yeah.
Like I know everybody on that last album was just so felt so heartfelt for them, on the last song they did because everybody was like, oh my God, the Droba story and everything. And I felt the same way, but to me, that overshadowed the whole album. And I feel like that kind of made like the whole album to most people what I took from it. And I was just like, to me, that never was a Brockhampton thing. Like, it used to be like, I used like three, 4 songs versus your 10 songs, or like, you know what I mean? It was sectional because, like you said, the sounds were just so different.
Yeah.
Up here, up there, up there. But now it's kind of like you might like 2.
Yeah.
And
it's a lot less to really like take away from the project. Because you're getting so much of the same kind of thing.
And I definitely don't. Which is weird is that I don't feel like they're aging as well. Because I used to listen to the same songs from them a lot, and I still do. But now, like, if I like a newer song of theirs, I don't tend to go back to it as much. I don't know.
So you're saying like the new songs don't have the same kind of like staying power as like the old songs. I would agree with that too. I feel like the only song that I listened to from this last project that I still kind of listen to is Bankroll. Like, and that's it. But at the same time, I don't listen to Bankroll as much as I listen to Rental.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or No Halo, or like,
or even Sugar. Like, or any of the other like Gold Star. Like,
this is phenomenal.
Yeah,
it's just so crazy to think about. Like, that seems so long ago, which it kind of was, but it really wasn't. We're talking about them like they had like 20 plus years under their belt.
Yeah,
like,
that was what, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that.
Nah, like 3, 4-ish.
3, 4. Okay.
But we're talking like it's been so long. Like, you know what I mean?
Because in their music years have moved so much faster.
Yeah, because Saturation was being
music years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had those 3 Saturation projects. Then we had this last project that came out was like the 3rd one post Saturation, or the 4th one or something like that. And then we only have one more from them left. So, and then I kind of think of that Kevin Ashford project in the same kind of.
Yeah, so you got All American Trash in 2016. You got Saturation in 2017. Saturation in 2017. Saturation 2017. That's the 3rd one, my fault. Then you got Iridescence. That's 2018. And this is where the gaps begin. So that was 2018. Then you got Ginger 2019. Then you got Roadrunner in 2021.
Got it. Oh, so there was a gap between Ginger and Roadrunner. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that was 2 years. Damn. See, that didn't even feel that long. Yeah, between those 2 albums.
Because technical difficulties was being, and we bumped technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, technical difficulties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like technical difficulties when they were dropping it was like new music from them?
Yeah, he said it was.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, he wanted to actually drop that, but sample clearing, it's like there's too much work. But yeah, that plan was like, I guess, like hold the fans down through like the times, and they were kind of like saying what was going on and stuff. But even that, like, how do you make music like that and just be like, all right, next, completely different? Like, I don't know. I get it because you never want to do the same thing, but like
a lot of the shit on technical difficulties was hard.
But that's an album. And that's
no, for real.
It's tough. But yeah, next topic. I don't want to give them too much time. I just feel like when we talk about them, and the reason why I kind of like I somewhat feel bad like critiquing them is because I feel like they're still being raw. It's just taking more time for them to give us this, you know. And I feel like in some ways they're kind of trying to be private about their things that they're going through. So I just be like, I don't really want to talk about it. Like that's them that's their lives, you know. Yeah. But I don't know. We just have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We could talk about the impending Kanye West album.
Yeah, so Kreese just sent something for the viewers. Kreese is someone that literally just sits on the internet and just does what do I want to say? Lurk.
Yeah. And King Lurk.
Yeah, that's what we call him. And so when I say Kreese on something, it's chances are he's like 100% accurate or 90% accurate.
Give him like 85.
Yeah. But yeah, so Kreese sent some stuff, which I also watched Brody as well, but Watch the Throne on YouTube is freaking phenomenal. He been posting videos about the updates on Kanye West and stuff like that. And he was basically saying how the album's seeming like it's done, like you said, pending. And now they are doing a show in New York. I think they're in New York right now. And then the next stop is Mercedes-Benz Stadium, as in here. So Kreese was saying that like it's official. I'm the non-believer here because I don't care anymore. I just don't believe in Kanye West anymore. But huge fan still. But I just don't believe in shit he says anymore. But yeah, and judging by who was talking about the album, they can definitely keep it. Like I told you off camera, like I just feel like.
So wait, who was that was talking?
I'm not sure. I gotta do my research after. I don't want to even say anything on it because I'm not too sure yet. But to let the viewers know that we was watching a clip basically of someone saying celebrities are gonna be here. We want to make sure they feel something. So it was giving me like church gospel, like this person might be a preacher or something. I'm not too sure. And that the next stop was here, and that it was only gonna be no more than 2,000 people. I'm not sure if he even has 2,000 friends, so I don't know how that's gonna go. Like, that's a lot of friends, but because the first one was invite only, friends and family type shit. But he said it's gonna not be no more than 2,000 at Mercedes-Benz.
So maybe it's gonna be a little bit more open.
I'm
maybe
not
for the
sure.
Atlanta one.
I mean, last time it was. I'm really not sure, but. Yeah, like I told you off camera, I just don't want recycled songs into a gospel version like Hurricanes.
Yeah,
like that's
definitely not.
That's
definitely
not it. 24, that's not it. Like, it's seeming like if everything stays the same, that we will be getting a Donda album. It will be called Donda, which makes it even worse because all those songs were already out. So I don't know. I really feel like this is really lazy. And even Watch the Throne said this. He was just like, to see Hurricane, because Hurricane is 3 years old now. Donda is that old. You feel me? Oh, I think Donda's 2 years. Is it?
No, it's like 3.
Really?
It is like 3 years old.
God damn. But yeah.
That name has been floating around for a while.
To see that, he was saying, to see the song as an Hurricane still make a track list 3 years later is like, damn, like this song must be it for him, or he might feel some type of way about it. But I have a feeling that he's gonna keep it because of the clickbaitness, because he's Kanye fucking West, and it's gonna be changed. Like I would cry if it's the same exact song. Like, I would cry.
But what was he even really doing too much? I can't even remember.
No,
how that
there's
song
like
sounds.
three.
Was it very like secular on that song?
There was not clips. There was moments of that, yes. But you gotta remember, even when he was mumbling, it wasn't circular. Like there was, him being regular mumble rap, auto tune shit. So I just feel like now is probably gonna be.
Well, when I say secular, I mean not gospel. What I remember from that song, it was kind of gospel-y. The last version that I heard of that song.
Are we talking about the same song? How does this one go?
Hurricane is the song produced by Pierre.
Yeah, see, nah. I didn't hear none of the gospel-y. I mean, I heard regular Kanye type inspiration, but I didn't hear what I'm getting from what that man just said in that video.
Well, I'm saying, like, when I say was it like secular, I mean like was he cussing? Because I don't think he. I don't remember.
No, he was mumbling.
Okay.
For the most part, I heard, and there was like a few like parts you can hear him, but that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's gonna be the same. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see, because Watch the Throne was saying that that's a YouTube channel, by the way. He was saying that decrypting the track list, that it doesn't seem like it's gonna be too much religion based and more like power influence based. And he was saying basically on some J. Cole shit, because it was No Child Left Behind was one of the names of the song. So he was just like, he thinks Kanye may be taking the approach to use his power and influence to say, hey, this is what's going on, and to push a better, agenda here. And that's something I would listen to. I'm not gonna lie. Because I've always thought New Slaves was a great song to push to push the truth, essentially. And to make it sound good. Like, to me, that song is all around good. I will get hyped to that song. I will scream and shout, and it's preaching the truth, essentially. So I'm
preaching the truth.
Yeah, I did there.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But anyways, yes, I will be interested to hear an album where he's kind of doing the same thing. But the difference between
that's what I felt like Hurricane was.
Yeah, but see, it's different now. He's a godly man. I just don't know.
Maybe we're thinking of two different versions of Hurricane, because there was the Hurricane version that I'm thinking of where it's like the literally like full version where it goes to that first beat and then it goes to that second beat.
I think there was like
a third beat.
Yeah, there was a 7-minute version. You heard that one? I didn't listen to that one. I didn't listen to that one.
With Big Sean on it, a little bit of Thug on there.
Oh hell, none of them is making an album. If that makes it, I would cry.
Big Sean could.
Bro,
I don't think he will. I don't think he will, but he could.
City in the Sky should make it then.
Because he didn't cuss on that song either.
To me, City in the Sky was a great 7-minute song with 3 different beats, and it was gospel as hell. Like,
honestly, when you say it like that in that frame, like, nah, I don't think it's making it. Because I'm thinking like he's not putting 2, let alone maybe 1 7-minute song on this album. No. I don't see it.
Yeah,
I definitely don't see it.
And I just don't see him keeping the same features. Like, also Washington said this, which I would also be interested to hear. If it's more something like, what was the song? The last song, kind of like gospel dark influence he had with Travis. What was that song called again? Wash in Blood, right? Something?
Wash Us in the Blood.
Yeah, something like that.
I didn't really listen to that album.
That song was tough. That song was tough, and it was a darker tone. I would be interested to even hear that, but I don't want a Jesus is King 2.0, even if it sounds better. I'm just really okay, and that has nothing to do with God. It just has to do with me and Kanye. Like, we get it. We going through your phases, your different things in life, but I just don't want to hear. I've never heard the same thing from him, you know. So it's like I don't want to start hearing it now. Like I just don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really not sure what to expect on this album as far as like the actual music goes. Like, not exactly. Like, I have an idea of what it could be, but at the same time, it's just like I'm at the point like where you were saying you kind of don't really care. Like, I'm looking forward to hear a new Kanye album, but it's just like whatever it is, I'm gonna just listen to it and try to keep an open mind.
But
like that's all you can really do.
That's the thing, bro. Like, I'm working on, my own projects, my own clothes and shit, right? And I'm listening to Dissect, if I'm not mistaken. It's a podcast, fire, by the way. And they just made me reconsider the whole Yeezus, bro. Like, I'm like, how did I not understand this album the way I thought I did? Like, I had points where I got it.
I listened to them too.
Yeah, I had points of where I got it. And I was just like, okay, cool, we're on the same page. And then I was like, oh my God, like I didn't know about this and this and third, you feel me? Which to some degree, I think they may have made some meanings to that album. And that's a very good job on their end. I'm not sure if Kanye meant all that. But it was still fire nonetheless. And I don't feel like I get that same thing anymore. And that's basically what I'm saying. Like, I don't care to dissect the album anymore. I don't care like, oh, this is about to be mind fucking blowing no more. It's just like no one, even when most podcasts about Kanye West is not about Jesus is King. Not about this era right now.
Yeah,
we're all just saying, yeah, let's go back. Like,
and there's still so much to learn from that.
Yeah, and I get the fact that his music is aging extremely well, so that's also that. But I don't think Jesus King is I don't think that's gonna be the one that we talk about 5 years from now.
No, I doubt it. I hope this album that's supposed to be coming up, but even like the new name, when you first told me about it, West Day Ever, I was just like, see, I don't even like how that sounds.
Me either.
Like, I was just like,
but
damn.
I don't think that's the case anymore because the first song on that track list was Donda, so I'm not sure.
See, that's the shit with Kanye. You never know. Like,
because the last time when I think
it'll be the day before it drops, and we'll have a whole new album name, whole new album cover, whole new album everything.
Because if I'm not mistaken, his manager's name is Bubba or Booba, whatever, Akon's brother, and he was commenting and saying West Day Ever coming soon. So I know we have Yeezy Day, and so I was just like, is that the same thing? But no, because he was commenting on the people's like music or whatever relating to Kanye, and was like West Day Ever coming soon. So I was like, oh, this is a whole new thing, which I don't like the album name either. But to me, it was West Day Ever sounds more self-absorbed Kanye, which I would take. So I was just like, okay, cool. This sounds like we about to get some arrogance.
You can't have West Day Ever and have that be a gospel
album.
Yeah,
I was just like, we about to get some arrogance. So I'm like, okay, I'm down. But now we're going back to Donda with some retouches, and I'm like, I'm not really with it. Like, because to me, if that was the case, why didn't he just go ahead and drop? What was the song with Nicki Minaj? He never dropped that, right? Officially, right? The Body song,
New Body.
Yeah. That went viral on TikTok. Like, you feel me?
I don't think that ever came out officially.
And then that song was absolutely amazing. Like, I remember hearing that verse, and I was just like, what the fuck? This is crazy. But anywho.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear the album I Am, but do I want it? No. Do I think? No. Not. Especially after that Pop Smoke feature. I don't know what he's on, man. I really don't. And I feel like he's at the point where he's just kind of like just pushing it. Like.
Yeah.
Like, just trying to push his own self in music, which is fine.
And see, the thing about, like, I like how you brought up the Pop Smoke thing. Even with that, like, however he was on that album, I don't feel like he's about to be on this next album. Because it's just, like, I feel like Kanye looks at everything that he does, like, every time he steps outside the fucking house is like a microcosm of his whole thing. Yeah, so it's just like, okay, I'm just going to pull a piece of this and do this day. But next day, I'm a whole different Kanye.
Yeah, literally. And that's why I'm just like, do I care for it? Yeah, honestly. Like, I will listen. But, like, is it something like how I used to be with Yeezus and all the other projects? Like, oh, my God.
Yeah, no. I haven't heard any, like, recent snippets or any recent seeing him with this person or anything like that I've actually been, like, interested in.
Like I told you in agreement, I'm more interested to see how the album gets rolled out because the mask and I like the fact that I'm seeing him out on his, like, swaggy, I don't give a fuck shit. That's what I like right now. I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen that Kanye in fucking a decade, honestly. I think that's pretty accurate. A decade now. But so like I said, I'm interested to see how it gets rolled out, if it does have a rollout, because knowing him, just upload and call it a fucking day. But
yeah, I did like seeing him in the studio with Tyler, even though I didn't really care for that snippet for whatever 2 seconds.
They said, man, you got to do these threads, bro. That was just Kanye playing old music from something that didn't. I forgot another album that they're fucking yeah. But I don't know how they get into this shit. But they're like zooming in. But yeah,
But
he was
my,
just.
my thing is, why are you playing old music unless you about to drop old music?
I guess you just chatting it up with Tyler. Like, you'll come through and listen to this. You know, feel me?
Nigga, no, he had the mask on. Like,
I think they were saying like the clip or the name or something basically was similar to the same song that was in the. What was it? Dame Dash documentary. That's how they knew. They was like, okay, so this is just old stuff that he was playing for him, type shit.
got it. I guess, man. Part of me, I'm again a little bit torn. Part of me wants to hear like the official versions of all these songs that I have leaks for, but then again, it's just like the leaks that I have sound pretty damn good. So it's just like, what do I even need them for? So I want some new shit. But
City in the Sky, like
part of me again is scared of getting new shit. Like, and if new shit is gonna be good, or if it's just gonna be some shit
That's
I'm gonna throw away.
I'm not gonna lie, he's the reason why I stopped listening to leaks. I'm like, bro, this sounds too good. Like, if I keep listening to these leaks, I'm just never gonna listen to when it actually drops because there's so many changes that I don't think was necessary.
Yeah.
Like, so I just try to stay away from them as much as possible.
Yeah, that's a big thing with Kanye. Like that first version of that song that you get, it just sounds so good already that it's like, if you would have never heard that and heard like the official version that came out, you probably would have loved the official version.
I like Jesus is King. I probably liked a lot of those songs if I didn't hear the leaks where he was actually cursing, doing what he wanted.
Yeah,
you know?
And I feel like it worked so much better when you go backwards, like because we had heard the leaks from Life of Pablo, like the original version of FML,
yeah.
Like, and I was just like, yeah,
Okay.
see. If I would have heard this first, I probably wouldn't have liked FML, but I did like FML, and then I hear this, and it's like,
always
it
gonna
just
be like
adds
that.
to it.
I feel like when you listen to it after, you can kind of compare and still listen to it after and still see if you like what you like. But once you hear it before and you hear it for so long before, you're kind of like, no, I've grown to like this already. Because that's kind of like the whole Chance waves versus the waves that were released. You know, people like Chance's version of Waves versus Chris Brown, which I think is, you know, comparable. But I honestly feel like Chris Brown's waves just hit harder.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of people still like Chris Brown's waves.
Like Chance's wave was just like, it sounded like Chance, like literally just like Chance. So
yeah,
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. If the album comes out, that'd be cool. If it doesn't, it didn't hurt me. So
now you don't think that it's dropping anytime soon. Everybody else seems to think that it's dropping like this week or next week or some shit.
I just don't care. Like, even if it does, like, I just want that to be clear. Like, it's whatever. Just drop the Yeezy Gap. That's what I'm more interested in now, anyway.
The Yeezy Gap,
Yeah,
like the full collection.
Yeah, let's see what's
instead of
going
just
on
the
with
one
that.
jacket?
Yeah, let's see what's going on with that. Let's start pushing these $45 shoes and $30 hats and shit. Like this, I want to see how that affects.
So that's what it's supposed to be, like $45 shoes.
But yeah,
hats.
he wants everything to be extremely affordable. We'll see how it goes. The jacket was what, 200, 150?
Two. It was definitely two.
200? Yeah. Wasn't
that's
bad.
Affordable Gap.
I mean, affordable, yes. Gap be tripping, dog. Oh, that's my I was like, God damn.
I don't ever really like shop in the Gap.
Yeah, but you know he wants to make affordable clothing. So, like, yeah, that's definitely way more affordable, especially with his name being on it. So, yeah. I see. I mean, if the most expensive thing he drops is $1,000, it's still affordable. Not to us. It's a different discussion. But
$1,000 Gap jacket.
yeah, bro. I mean, that's not gonna happen. That's not the Gap. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is if Kanye dropped clothes for $1,000 and less, that is affordable. For his name to be attached to it, I think that's extremely affordable.
Extremely affordable. Like for.
I'm not talking about me, brother. Okay, I just want that to be clear.
But we are where the parameter for affordableness. Like.
Hear me out.
Anything's affordable for a rich nigga.
Hear me out, right? I'm already seeing it, and I'm not gonna talk about this topic too much longer. I think the next shift in fashion, which Kanye, that's why I want the Yeezy Gap to come out. I've noticed a lot of designers, you can go from your Ian's to the people Ian co-signed to even people that's pushing their brands now, are coming out with shirts, sweatpants, fucking name it. It doesn't matter. $200, $300, $400. Niggas are paying it.
Oh, so you're saying like people are just like upping the bottom line.
The bottom line is being up now. So I just would like to know, not the bottom line. I don't. That's a bad way of saying that.
Why?
What's another word for saying that?
What's wrong with the bottom line? It's the bottom
that sounds
line.
terrible.
What? Why? Why does it sound
I
terrible?
don't like how that sounds. We're gonna go with.
It's the bottom line.
No, it's not. The emerging artists. Let's go with that.
No, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the price points, like the bottom line.
Oh,
like,
okay, cool.
Like they're just raising up the price point. I'm not shitting on you.
Okay, damn. I'm like, wait, why are we saying the bottom line? All right,
no,
cool.
I'm talking about prices, like literally the bottom line prices.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I feel like the bottom line price is being raised, and I do think that has somewhat
I can agree with that. Yeah.
to do with the fact that streetwear and high fashion is there's no line now.
Yeah.
So it's like, to me, is a Yeezy Gap gonna stop that? And people are gonna be like, oh shit, well, why the fuck am I paying $300? Yeah, you may be DIY in your crib, but something with Kanye West's name attached to it is being sold for $50. Why would I buy this from you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm kind of interested to see. Same thing like with Pierre Moss. I think Pierre Moss is like price points ranges, but it's still affordable.
Yeah.
And so I want to see how all that affects, I guess, as you said, the bottom line dollar amount. So
Yeah, for like everybody who's making clothes.
Yeah.
Like I feel like another, well, not now, but previously when Uniqlo was doing all those collabs, I feel like that affected the bottom line.
Oh, most
in a way.
definitely. Like
dropped it down because Uniqlo shit is so affordable. Now, not so much. It doesn't really have the same effect because I feel like they haven't dropped like anything crazy since the cost shit for real.
yeah, and that's actually a great example. Like Uniqlo gets overlooked because of the fact that they're deemed affordable. But like I know hella people, I see it on TikTok a lot. They're basics, they're everything. Uniqlo. Like, they're really good, quality, price. They get across their point without no like hidden agenda, as far as I
Yeah.
know. And they never like case scandals type of. They do what they do, put it out, call it a day, and they make sure they're as transparent as possible. I think they're a real like stepping stone to the future of basics. And when you walk into a store and able to like shop is easy, I feel like to me that's where I thought Kanye would have made sense to do like a collab with
them instead of the Gap.
instead of the Gap. But I don't think Uniqlo is nowhere near on the scale. Like, when it comes to like how big and how much I guess they can actually pull as the
Yeah.
Gap, And so, but everything he explained in that interview from like forever ago about wanting like, change the experience of shopping and this, that, and the third. When you walk in here, to me, that yelled the Gap. I mean, that yelled Uniqlo. And that, to me, the future still is like a platform that is similar to Uniqlo. But yeah, the topic of like the whole bottom dollar thing, I think is something we're going to see like extremely soon. Because like I said, I just feel like if even like what was that shit called? When Stussy, Rick, and all of them did a collab, what was it with Nike, right? Was it like Nike Stussy shirt, right? When they all had the different versions, or was it the Stussy collab?
I can't remember. I think it was a
The Stussy collab, right? It wasn't Nike.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, cool. Yeah, that was interesting to me. I was just like, all these brands, and they were pretty big brands, that was more on their own agenda. You wouldn't think kind of will come together on this for an affordable shirt. I mean, it was a plain shirt for like $100, $200, but whatever.
Yeah.
You get what I mean, though. It was just like, what the fuck? Actually, even a bigger testament to this is Converse and Rick. Are you serious? You made Rick to literally say like, I love Converse, but here's this,
Yeah.
So the fact that they're coming together to me just shows the times. Like the affordability is definitely being raised, like extremely.
And it's gonna be hard to cop shit.
Yeah,
It's just
extremely.
gonna keep on getting harder and harder, more expensive. But I also think an interesting point to this is that I think it might affect resale and how resales. I feel like resale, and I feel like it's already happening, but the resale versus retail is kind of starting to get a little bit
Gap?
closer. Yeah, the gap is getting a little bit close
Yeah.
for a lot of different shit.
Yeah, it is. It most definitely is, because to me, even like, but the thing is, one thing with these prices being so big, and then, okay, so I was at the concert yesterday, right? What I would say, the age group was anywhere from 16 to like 23, 24. So for a concert, I feel like that's a reasonable age gap.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there with my girl, and I'm just like, "Ugh, this is why like I don't like Rick anymore." But you're literally having 16, 17-year-olds Rick the fuck down.
For sure,
Like,
for sure.
And of course, something like that is going to kill the resale, because it's like, this is a 16-year-old. There's no way in hell you think he's going to like this 3 years from now. You know what I mean? So, of course, now that person is going to go out and sell it for like basically what they bought it for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, I don't know. It just really depends how you look at it. But I just feel like the supply and demand of things will always kill resale. But when the demand is high and what you bought it for was already high, it's like, what is the resale at that point?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, 'cause
that's what I'm saying.
And that's how I feel about like the age gap, because to me, what kind of, I don't know, there's probably a word for this or even a term, what helped the resale market was that the fact that the age of the resale market was always someone of like us or of our age. But now if you're talking about 16, 15, like, it's just expanding, and I feel like that will show in the price, you know, and it won't help it. It won't. It just continue to close it, you know.
Yeah. Because I think about how like about maybe like 5 to 7 years ago, you know, you get a $250 Supreme jacket comes out and it's reselling for $1,000, whatever. But now you get a $350 Supreme jacket coming out and it's reselling for $450.
Yeah.
You know, and then the same thing, like think about the Virgil dunks. Like if all 50 of those dunks drop like on sneakers type shit and you know, regular decent numbers, there's no way all 50 of those are going for bands.
And that's
like, it just can't happen.
You're bringing up a great point, because even when you were last, you know, copying and we were looking at what's going to be dropped, I'm just like, yo, how much you sold these for? You know, you bought them for like 100, not 100. You bought them for anywhere from like 190 to 220. I was like, how much they sold for? You'd be like, 5. I was like, that's it? And he was like, I mean, yeah, that was distant. I was like, I'm like, damn, I'm so used to like, you bought them for 2, you sold that shit for 8. Like, you feel me? Like, it's like a huge...
It's not like that anymore.
Yeah, but
like,
the bots, the everything. Like, to me, I think it's really the fact that like the age is like this. The gap is huge. Like resellers now, you can't be shocked if you see a 35-year-old reseller. That'd be dumb. But now the norm is about to be like 16. And these niggas is botting, niggas is this, niggas is that.
Yeah, I mean,
you feel
like
me?
Resellers used to be like a nice little small range, 25 to like 29.
Yeah.
And now it's literally like 15 to 40.
Yeah,
like niggas still reselling.
It's just crazy. And then to me, the only way
There's
to
just so many loopholes, so many backdoors, so much all of that extra shit that be going on.
The only way to really kill like the whole, like I guess the market in between it is just to not meet the demand. And I feel like we'll be taking so many steps back if we do that. But I wouldn't be surprised. You know, I watched an interview about HBA, and that's something I really respect. I feel like, yeah, it's a good thing to always meet your demand, but to some degree you have to have integrity for the brand. And I feel like that's something that we're kind of seeing a lot of brands not have, because they're just meeting the demand. Because, you know, you never know when you have a chance. Big Sean said this shit the best. As soon as you next up, you're never going to be next again. So it's like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
go.
like, gotta go.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
And I think we're kind of seeing that. We're living in an age where it's just like, this is it. This is your chance. This is it. This is it. And I'm going to use this to like jump into another point. I was talking to JoJo in the Sofego line. And I was like, you know, I can't wait to see how all these like artists age. And she was like, what do you mean? So we got there like at 5, 6, you know, and it was maybe like 100 people, 150. I'll just round up or something. Say, even if you want to say 200. And I was just like, bro, I'm really shocked. Like, I thought this line would have been around the fucking block twice. It's a free show, you know? And I was telling her, I was just like, bro, I've been to shows that weren't even free for Travis. And when he was like smaller than this, really. And it was blocks and blocks. And I was like, to me, I think we're seeing the effect of being an internet artist.
Yeah. A lot of the times, I don't know. I feel like I hear a lot of people talk about how being on the internet is not translating to the same kind of like being in person, you know, and a lot of people just be like, nah, you know, this artist is so huge, this, that, and the third.
I was genuinely shocked,
but then when you see it in person, like that's kind of crazy. Like I'm surprised by that too.
I just kept bringing. I'm like, bro, this shit's not long yet. Like, you know, I'm thinking this is about to be crazy. And that's why I was texting in the group like that. I'm like, no, this shit is chill. Like, honestly, it was dead ass chill.
Yeah, and it's wild. Oh, I guess not.
The recording stopped. That shit scared me for a second.
No, for real. But I guess that like, cause even when Molly sent that picture of the line, I was just like, damn, this is about, because I remember going to the law for a 2-9 show.
That's what you were compared to?
Yeah. Like, and that's crazy to me to think about, like, okay, a 2-9 show has this kind of line, but Sofego, one of the biggest niggas on TikTok, has the same kind of line.
And that's what I was telling. That's what I was telling JoJo. I was just like, I personally feel like, I could be wrong. I don't think that, like, not him. I'm not wanting to single out Sofego here. I just want to say this phase of music will age well. I was like, we can't say that yet because no one has fell off. But like for the people that did go viral off of memes or off of doing stupid shit or whatever the case got to be, at least to me, when you fell off in the late 2000s, 2008, 2010, whatever, it was like he's not making hits anymore. Let's use Trinidad James. He didn't fall off where he couldn't make music or people didn't care for him. It just wasn't the same as that hit.
Yeah.
You call that person a one-hit wonder. To me now, after you get that one song with, you know, this crowd or even maybe 2, 3, they don't care about you at all. Like at all. It's like oh yeah, you remember him? But you know what I mean? Like it's like the one hit wonder effect has gotten really drastic. Like it's a lot of fame and everything really fucking quick, especially because of the internet.
Yeah.
But then that same moment is like nothing.
Yeah, that's
Like
very
it's like
true.
literally just nothing. And I'm just like, yikes.
And I think a lot of artists have to really try to work on translating their audiences from a online audience to a in-person audience.
Yep.
And I think that Sofago thing really shows that.
Yep.
You know, not to single him out because he does make good music to me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, but I just think it's very difficult to just have all your shit just be on the internet. Because at some point, people have to see you to
And
really
to-
like attach to you a little
To
bit
his
more.
point, and this, like I said, this is not singling out Sofago at all. A lot of people don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
he's young. He's new. He doesn't have like any
And I
interviews out or
I'm not-
anything like that.
I like that about him a lot. 'Cause I feel like it gives him a lot more time to grow and be the person he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
So when he expresses himself in his music or interviews, we're all gonna be, oh, what the fuck, you know? So it definitely helps him. And like you said, like we both saying, like there's no shot at him. I was just extremely shocked to see it. But at the same time, I think he was the only person that posted it. I'm not even sure SoundCloud like sent no email blast about it. So
don't
there's
think
also
so.
that. But he said he was shocked about the turnout, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's just weird nowadays because it's like you said, his sound is all over TikTok. But I
Yeah.
always tell people, bro, and then even this goes for myself, anybody around, I always tell people, like, personal interactions will never go away, no matter how
Yeah,
big
that's
you
true.
think you are. Like,
That's very true.
and that's one thing I feel like Travis did a lot. So I think he's in great hands. Don't get me wrong, he's in great hands. But like, that's something I feel like Travis did very fucking well. Like with his stage performance, with his come through the back door, sneak in, we must eat, Ragers this. Like it just made you feel so personable, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
I just hope he gets the opportunity to grow, you know, as an artist
Yeah,
and as a
before
person.
like people feel like he's cut or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Before like he gets just pushed out, you know, and has to do like independent type music. But that's kind of like I feel like it's a good thing for him as far as being with Cactus Jack, because I feel like if we look at Sheck West, you know, he's kind of pushed out, but if you look at him in the realm of like Cactus Jack, he's still got a place.
Yeah, I don't-
and he could still drop music through Cactus Jack.
I
if
could
he
be
wanted to
wrong,
later
but
on down the line.
I could be wrong, but I just feel like that's him just pursuing what he wants to right now. Like, just fuck it, you know?
What are you talking about, Sheck West?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But he's
like,
also a good point to what I was saying. I think, and I think I would assume that Travis do the same thing. That's one thing I say about Travis. He definitely grooms the artist. Like Don, I feel like was groomed to some degree, brought out to the shows, performance. Same thing with Sheck was brought everywhere. Although
Yeah.
Sheck did catch a hit, you feel me?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if Sophie gets the same way. And that was his first performance too. So like I said, I'm not holding nothing against him. It was just shocking to see that I thought maybe I value free too much. I don't know, but like I was like a free fucking show. This shit should be, you know what I mean?
a free Sofago show in Atlanta, wrapped around the block twice.
Yeah, like
that's
you
what
would-
I would think.
You would expect that, but
That's why I didn't even think like, I don't even want to take my
yeah,
time for that.
but I don't know. When I think about stuff like that, I always double back to what I said about IDK. It's kind of like, yeah, you would think his one post can do, I guess, that much, but I feel like we kind of get confused thinking that when even maybe we might say Travis probably had a whole marketing team behind those doors pushing these events to look so big, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, so Fago, if you just want to judge him off the post and the transaction that happened, that was great. Like kind of like with Bo. I'm not sure if you remember that boat party we did Forever Go with Pels. That was a post. You remember when that shit was like with Trippy and everybody that came and all that
Yeah.
shit? Although it wasn't on the flyer, that was Boat just making a post. And that shit went fucking crazy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's kind of like, Boat had to do his work to get there. And I don't feel like Sofago's just not there yet on his
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
To do that. So
Yeah, and I think the IDK comparison is interesting because when you think about, he's like almost like the opposite in a way, in the sense that, the internet presence isn't really like there. Like it doesn't look like he does big anything. But then you have like his deals here,
And
his
that's what I'm
Harvard
saying.
shit, his that,
Yeah,
that,
and
and
that's
that's
why-
like it's really interesting. It's weird how you can have like so much internet,
Acclaimed.
and
Yeah.
then when you get in person, it's not the same thing. Versus you could have something going in person that people don't know about on the internet.
that's what I'm saying. That's my biggest thing, even with my brand. I tell people all the time, like, bro, nothing will beat the personal transaction. Like, you cannot forget to meet these people. You can't forget to speak to these people the same way you want to be spoken to, because it's like, that matters.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, getting that shirt in the mail and that, I guess, dopamine opening that package, but they're going to get that same dopamine the next package and the package after that. But what they won't get is the same transaction you gave them in person. You feel
Yeah.
me? Like, shit like that matters. And, like, that's why people like even like celebrities as far as like basketball players go, they always try to be on, I guess, quote unquote, their best behavior speaking to a fan or doing this for a fan, because you never know where that fan may end up off of that single transaction that you had with them or that conversation. You're the best player in the world to them. Yeah. Although they could be X, Y, and Z playing better than you. I met him. He spoke to me. The whole team. You know what I mean? That shit really matters. So, yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes over time. Really do.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how he falls into the Cactus Jack kind of like, what would you call it?
Label?
Not the label, but like the machine, like how they work.
Work his
career. You know?
I told Jojo I felt like it was gonna be more of like he's gonna be the feature guy. Like I think he's gonna be affiliated with them and be with them. But by feature I mean like he's gonna be the guy that's always around on other people's song, and then he makes his own music. I don't think it's gonna be like Dawn. How Dawn is like kind of like the glue of everything right now. It seems like.
Yeah.
I feel like Sofago's gonna be kind of like the. Oh yeah, Sofago's back with
the guy they send out on jobs.
Yeah, like he's gonna be on every like featured hit, fucking Quavo song or something like. I just feel like he's gonna be like that.
Okay.
Send out on jobs.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it is.
I just feel like he's more of the time, so you will hear more of him.
Yeah, you can kind of just like play some places,
like everywhere. Like you need somebody to make a hit, we got this guy right here. But Dawn is more like the album hit, while I feel like Sofago will be like the kid to everybody. Like you know, as I guess in somewhat a new Travis, if you want to make it simpler terms.
Yeah, could be. We'll see how it goes. Wish him success regardless.
Yeah, I definitely think out of like this new class, and I'm not gonna name the class because time, but I definitely think he's like top 2 when it comes to like people caring about what he does, like interested.
Name the one that's top 2.
Oh,
like,
with
you said
him?
Top 2, yeah. What would you put up there with him?
So we're sticking to like his sound, correct? Yeah, I feel like just BK. I feel like that personally.
Okay.
There's a few other people that. Nah, I'm sticking to that. Yeah, I'm sticking to that.
Gotcha.
Because you can say like Lancey Foe and all of them, but I feel like their sound definitely changes.
And that's a whole different coast.
Yeah, and no, that's not that, but they sound drastically changes. Like, nah, I wouldn't put them in the same like. No.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Lancey with them.
Like, not with them.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely like BK and Sofago. That's the only 2 people I think that's like, got something. I'd be interested to see how they grow.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching, listening, checking us out. We will be back next week with another episode. And yeah, that's all. We are out of here.